Hello and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in this video we will be doing a tutorial on how to get into orbit. Now this is my craft here. We've got some extra tanks here. We have the main stage here and our payload up here. Now this is quite a large payload to get into orbit using this type of craft. So this is why we have extra fuel tanks. Now, to get into orbit, first if we have a look at our map, we need to make sure that we're not in the atmosphere. Right, so we need to pass the Kármán line, which is this here. Okay, so I'm gonna start our launch cycle, power up the engines, and as soon as we reach about 50 meters per second, we want to start our gravity turn. So this means that we need to point our craft at a 45-degree angle. And let's just zoom back in on the map. Here we go. So my craft is not pointing in the right direction because it seems to be on the wrong probe core. That's okay though. Okay, so you want to make sure that that's pointed in the right direction, just like that. Obviously, so my craft is actually being controlled by one of the probe cores up in here, so its angle's not quite right, which is why on the map it shows as like this. So once we get into the right orbit, I'm going to say about 40. Okay, perfect. I'm going to pump the fuel from these tanks into the main one, just to give us that extra bit of energy, so we can perform the rest of our maneuvers. Now, once you've passed the Kármán line, if you're just going to the moon or an asteroid, you can deploy your fairings, which is what we're going to do very shortly. Okay, and we can deploy our fairings. Now this is my satellite here. It looks a bit strange, but once you guys see how it works, it will be quite cool. Okay, so that's finished pumping out. We're just gonna pump into here. Oops. Yep, there we go. So we're just pumping our fuel into there. We're nearly at our apopsis, so I'm actually going to trigger the engines now. So what we were doing is we're just burning at this angle, so try and make it more vertical, not quite. But when you get to about here, you want to go, horizontal. You want to go horizontal. So you can see your line is falling. So this means basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to fall, we're basically getting enough velocity up so that we can effectively just fall around the planet. Because that's what an orbit is you're effectively going so fast that you get into orbit of the planet. Because basically, once you reach a certain speed, an orbital velocity of about 1,700 meters per second, which is 1.7 kilometers per second, then you get enough speed up to fall around the planet, which puts you in orbit. Okay. We just want to get to our apopsis here, just so we can perfect our orbit. So I'm just time warping around here. You can leave your craft in orbit like this, but I like to make sure that it's not too close to the atmosphere. Okay, oops, and I just remembered that we have to point this in a specific direction. There we go. So you want to point your craft just like so, and you want to burn. I'm just going to burn a tiny bit. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach one of these bits here, and we're going to enable the RTS, and we're just going to move away. So this is actually going to attach onto the side of my craft here. and you'll just see in a minute. So this is a little bit of docking tutorial as well, I guess. I'm just going to take this around, so, just very quickly, just going to dock up. There we go, so we have our first successful docking. We do the same over here. Just switch the craft, so that we can follow it. Something else here, so drift a bit away from it, that's okay. Just going to drift back. I'm just going to dock up here. A bit of a hard dock. This isn't very movable because it only has RCS one, so you want to make sure you balance RCS. I did this on purpose. Okay, so now I'm going to detach this part here. I'm just going to throw away a bit. Then we can detach this main booster stage. There we go. Okay, we're just going to get a bit away from the craft. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back. Now, you don't have to do this with your craft. This is very complicated when it comes down to it. So we're going to switch to this, which should be the booster, yep. Okay, so now we're going to try and get back. So you can use this for landing. So if you want to de-orbit from, say you have a satellite in orbit, just like the one I launched, or you've got some space junk that you want to get rid of. So what you want to do is you want to turn your craft in the opposite direction that you're orbiting. In this case, it's this direction for us. And you want to burn until your trajectory hits the planet, or just hits the atmosphere, because it will eventually slow down enough. So now we have a successful deorbit. And that's the wrong one. Switch that. So you will end up having some space junk. That's not really avoidable, but it does clog up the area. So we're just going to deploy our solar panels on this craft. There we go. Just turn off the engine just like so. As you can see, it's quite a big craft. But yeah, that was the tutorial. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Just so you can see Earth from where we are. There we go, look at that, beautiful. Okay, so I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will be coming out with some more tutorials soon. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down in the comments section and like the video. And thanks for watching, and remember, stay safe.